Allah Yahweh, by Hashem Yahweh Shai, by Hashem Kakatash, who this word any calls God and Jesus Christ in the ancient Paleo Hebrew tongue. This is the brother Manah from the Men of Israel camp. Come back with another lesson. Double honors to the elders, apostle, great millstone, rule well and teach well. Shalom to sincere Akim on the four corners of the earth, pushing this word in sincerity and truth. And shalom to the few Aqua out there watch and believe. Another shout out to the head of Men of Israel camp, brother Kazak, whom I teach under. Coming with a quick lesson today, man. I came across this article. Some of you probably heard about it, man, but it's an article about an elephant that killed a 70-year-old woman, man, and basically stomped on the woman, trampled her. And then the time of her funeral, they say that the elephant came back and picked her up from her, her coffin, her resting place, and put her back on the ground and trampled her again, repeatedly stomped on her again, man. And it was in India. And really just gonna touch on that, man, and that's whatever that lady did, that was judgment, man. That was just pure judgment for whatever she did. And they said that this elephant had traveled over 200 kilometers from her sanctuary, where she was I guess she was around other animals and stuff. They had like a little reserve or something, but I'm gonna get into it. It says elephant kills 70-year-old woman, then returns to trample her corpse at funeral in India. It says an elephant in eastern India killed a 70-year-old woman and then returned to her funeral to trample her corpse. The incident occurred in Odisha State Thursday, police said. Maya Murmu was at a tube well drawing water in Mayurbanj, I don't know how to pronounce that, but you see it, district, Rapal village, when the wild elephant appeared out of nowhere. Authorities said it strayed from the Dalma Wildlife Sanctuary, nearly 200 kilometers from wherever she was at. And 200 kilometers is roughly over 100 miles, man. That's far, Says after being trampled, Miss Murray was taken to the hospital where she died from her injuries. Police officer Lopa Murda Nayak was quoted as saying to the press, trusted India news agency. Reports said when family members gathered for her funeral and were in the middle of performing last rites, the same elephant appeared, lifted Miss Murmu's body from the funeral pyre and trampled it again. As shocked as mourners looked on, the family were only able to go ahead with the ceremony after the elephant left. It remains unclear if the animal harmed anyone else present. And that's see, some people look at that, man, and might not understand what that is spiritually, man. And spiritually, what I perceive, that's judgment, man. That's playing out their judgment, man. And the scriptures speak about the beasts of the field, doing the will of the Most High, man. And you're gonna see a lot of that, honestly, happening, man. A lot of the beasts of the fields are gonna be attacking people, man. I remember going into the pandemic area, we were seeing a lot of articles with animals attacking and killing people, man. And it was, forms of judgment, man, based off of the details of what the animals were doing, And for this elephant to trample a woman, come back to her funeral, days later, pick her up from the coffin that she's laying in, and trample her again, that's nothing but the Lord, man. That's nothing but Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, man. It's nothing else that you can explain or why this elephant did that, but through a higher power, man. You know? And this is why we constantly tell people it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord, because, and I'm going to get that scripture as well, because the Lord can have you die in the most mediocre way, man. You know, or the most ironic way, man. He can have you die from something. I mean, he can have you die a million different ways, man. And it's fearful, man. It's a scary thing, man. To be trampled by an elephant. You know, elephants are roughly 3, 4, 5, 6,000, 7,000, almost 6,000 pounds. You know, I mean, I don't know exactly. Let me see how much does the average elephant weigh? It's from 6,000 to 13,000 pounds, man. That's a lot, man. It says the largest male elephant can weigh up to 15,000 pounds, man. That's a lot of weight, man. That's crushing your body, man. Crushing your organs, your bones, man. You know? That's a horrible death, man. But I'm going to go ahead and get the scripture. And this is how we know it's through the Lord, man. It says, Sirach 39:28. It says, there be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. So the Lord creates spirits, and yes, the evil spirits. He controls both sides. There's evil spirits, and there's good spirits, man. There's righteous spirits, man. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna go ahead and get that. Wait, hold up. What is it? I create darkness. I think it's create darkness and make evil. What's the app I'm using? I'm sorry, Slocky. Isaiah 45:7. I form the light and create darkness. I make peace and create evil. I, the Lord, do all these things. So, like he's showing you, the Lord, he does these things, man. He sends evil angels. He sends evil spirits, you know, to lay out his fury, man, and lay out his vengeance, man. Let me go back to the scripture. It says, there be Sirach 39:28. There be spirits that are created for vengeance, which in their fury lay on sore strokes. In the time of their destruction, they pour out their force and appease the wrath of him that made them. That's the Lord, man. The Lord is doing these things, man. Fire and hail and famine and death, all these things were created for vengeance. Teeth of wild beasts, scorpions, serpents, and the sword, punishing the wicked to destruction. You know, so, you know, that this very incident is something that you could perceive to be, you know, a spirit that was created exactly for vengeance, man, and carry out the will of the Most High, man. That elephant had a mission, man, and his mission was to whatever reason, man, to whatever Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai wanted was to trample that woman, man. But to come back at the funeral and to trample her again, man, that's a scary thing, man. That is a scary thing, man. You know, we're gonna see a lot of these spirits that the Lord's creations are gonna lay out, man. They're gonna have these spirits on them, man, as well as Esau. You know, Esau is gonna have the spirit to take out Jake, you know, to destroy with the sword, you know, the animals, the beasts of the fields. They're gonna have the spirit for vengeance, man, you know. So you know, you got to be mindful of these things, man, and just, you know, have understanding. Like, you know, this is nothing but the Lord's judgment, man. You know, it says Hebrews 10. It says, "For we know him that have said, vengeance belongeth unto me. I will recompense, saith the Lord. And again, the Lord shall judge his people." So vengeance belongs to the Most High, man, and his Son, man. You know? And it says, verse 31, "It is a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the living power," man. You see? And like I say, man, I say this all the time. You could fall. You don't know how the Lord is going to deal with you, man, in your day of death, man. You know? But you just know that, you know, it can happen any way. It can happen through an animal. It can happen through something as far as something as simple as a tree falling on you, man. You know, something as a tree branch, a log off a tree falling on you and just hitting you in the head and killing you. You know what I'm saying, man? A rock off the back of a truck flying into your windshield and you know, causing you to crash and die. You know, something simple as that, man. You know, it's crazy, man. It's crazy, but you know, we understand it, man. You know, and that's just a little quick hit that I want to touch on, man. If anybody want to read up on the article, man, you can just type it in, man. Elephant kills 70-year-old woman. There's more than one article. I didn't really check the other one to see how much more in depth goes into it, but this was just straight to the point, basically saying what happened, you know. But until next time, this is Natham Yard.